Scott Morrison has just spoken. You've seen him live on Sky News if you were watching earlier. He's ruled out any change of mind, any special dispensation for this family. Political reporter Eliza Edwards joins us now live from Canberra. Eliza, Scott Morrison was pretty strong.
Yeah, that's right, Chris. Despite all the publicity around this case of the Tamil family and a lot of high-profile calls for the Immigration Minister and Home Affairs Minister to use their discretion to save this family from deportation, that's done nothing to sway the Prime Minister. He's taken a very firm approach on this. He says that over and over, the courts have found that this family isn't owed refugee protection in Australia. And he also said that intervening would send the wrong message to people smugglers, that the government is softening its approach to people who try to come to Australia by boat.
I know what happens when people forget. I know what happens when people think it's okay to make an exception here or there. I remember what happened. I remember the deaths. I remember those terrible images, and I will never allow that to happen again if it's within my power.
Now, one of those calling for the government to make a special circumstance of this case is Government MP and former Nationals leader Barnaby Joyce. He said that this Tamil family is contributing to the regional community of Biloela in Queensland and that they should be able to stay.
The children were born in Australia. The community accepts them in Australia. They're doing jobs that other people don't want to do. They're living in a regional town. They're not blocking up your traffic in Sydney, Melbourne or Brisbane. They haven't just gone and lived down in one of the suburbs and not really made an effort to become part of the community. They support the community. They're part of community programs and community work in Biloela. I think these are other issues which we should take into consideration.
Labor's also been making a lot of effort to try to stop this deportation from happening as well, and they're bringing the Prime Minister's faith into this. Frontbencher Joel Fitzgibbon says that the Prime Minister is being hypocritical by blocking this case because it goes against his Christian faith.
Well, what I am saying is it's not a particularly Christian approach to this issue, the way that family was dragged away, the way they're being dealt with in this whole process, given they have been so welcomed in that local community, given they obviously pose no threat to security here in Australia. This government runs on fear. It sees fear.
So you're saying it's hypocritical?
As its trump. Well, it is hypocritical. I'm happy to use that word.
Now, Chris, this comes as the government has revealed another attempted asylum seeker boat arrival was intercepted off Christmas Island. It says this is the sixth boat that's been attempting to come to Australia since May, and it's blaming that on the Medivac laws which passed Parliament earlier this year. Chris?